Alright people, let's get right into this video. So, I got wind of Curmel Moton and Lamont Roach going back and forth. And you know I'm not into the words, I don't really care about all the back and forth and who said what. But the idea of a fight between the two of them, it's weird, but it's not like it's foreign. The responses. Oh man, Curmel Moton ain't ready. He need to sit down. Oh, Floyd trying to get this boy embarrassed. Oh, like, where do y'all come up with these weird and foolish ideas, man? Floyd trying to embarrass his fighter. Right. That's a sure way to stay in business, by just taking all our best fighters and trying to embarrass them. You know, here's my thing. Whether you are a fan of Curmel Moton or not, whether you're a fan of Lamont Roach or not, I don't give a fuck about fanboyism. I'm nobody's fan. Okay? It's all about the fights. It's all about what's real. If you look at all the past complaints, what was everybody saying about Tank Davis? Tank ain't fighting nobody. Oh, I'm not impressed. So what? He knocked that guy out. That guy's a nobody. Oh, that guy's a Uber driver. Blah blah blah. Right? This is what we heard for so long about Tank. Now, all of a sudden, everybody loves Tank, right? But you have people always telling you how somebody's not ready. You don't know that. We can give our opinions. There's fighters I see. Let's give them the eye test, and you go, you know. And it doesn't matter if you're 20 or 30. The point is what you have skill-wise. This is what I'm saying. What type of experience you have, like the things that goes into a fight. We don't know. We can predict and we can be right, but we also can predict and then we're not right. Okay, so that's not what it's about. We don't determine how if a fight should happen or not based on I don't think he's ready. Okay, well then don't watch the fucking fight. You don't have to. You know, you can very easily just say, nah, you know what, I'm good. You know what I mean? I'm good. Roy Jones said, Genaro Hernandez, he ain't no great fighter. He's a great Mexican fighter. Wait. Roy Jones also said, Floyd ain't never beat no black fighters. Floyd ain't beat nobody in their prime. Floyd ain't fought nobody on his left. All of these things. Wait, you want to know what's so funny is that Floyd is the only fighter in boxing history that never got old or was never too young. When he fought Genaro Hernandez and beat him, Genaro Hernandez was 32, Floyd was 21. How old was Canelo when he fought Floyd? 23. How old was Floyd? 36. Yeah, man, but come on, man, Genaro Hernandez ain't no Floyd Mayweather. Oh, stop it. So in other words, Floyd is that guy. So now Roy Jones is forced to, at certain questions that's asked, well, no, you said Floyd is a great fighter. I'm just saying, pound for pound, all this. Every excuse. Okay, well, right now, Lamont Roach is 30. Curmel Moton is 19. So let's say he wait 2 years. And let's just say, for example, he loses. Well, what are you going to say then? He should have waited another 2 years from the turn 34? Huh? What if he is 34 and Curmel Moton is 24 and then he loses again? Or he lose that fight? What you going to say? He should have waited till he was 36? But then if he beat him at 34, 36, oh, he waited for him to get old. No, he didn't wait for anything. So if Floyd's the one who's saying, yo, he want to set that up between Curmel Moton and Lamont Roach. My thing is, why are you guys always so against a fight? But then, yet, y'all want to, it's like y'all have adopted that diva mentality of, let's criticize and talk shit about fighters, but at the same time, let's complain when certain fights don't happen. So if the fight don't happen now, imagine somebody saying, oh, Carmel, why didn't you fight Lamont Roach when the fight first was supposed to happen? Or you ducked him, you waited for him to get old. This is the whole point of people trying to dictate who's ready and who's not. Roy Jones, another one. Again, yo, I'll fight anybody, anytime. I was ducking no smoke. I want everybody. Right? Wait, you the same dude that sat here and said you didn't like the Jared Anderson fight. It was too soon. Jared Anderson wasn't ready. Okay, he don't have to be you to be ready. He don't have to be anybody else. He's Jared Anderson. So, last thing we heard about Jared Anderson, if you guys saw it, when he had his little face-to-face with Jarrell Miller, and he was like saying, we gonna fight? Like, I told you that, yeah, we gonna fight, man. And he was like, all right, y'all heard it, right? All right, don't back out, and blah, 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 and all that. Okay. So when is Jared Anderson gonna be ready? That's a question I like to ask Roy. When? Because everybody seems to just know when somebody's ready and when they're not. You know, Kid Austin is a perfect example of that. Because when he went and fought Tevin Farmer, oh man, y'all remember the comments, right? Yo, he gonna get his ass kicked. He gonna get karma. He ducked an ass whooping from Shakur just to get an ass whooping from Tevin Farmer. He goes in there, he stops Tevin Farmer early. All the excuses about what happened, and Tev just should have did this, and Tev, no. Kid Austin did what people didn't think he could do. This is my whole point. That's my whole point. And I didn't see not one comment. Not saying there wasn't any somewhere, okay? But I didn't see one comment out of all the comments, and I read a lot of them. All right? And all the videos I seen, I didn't see one video where somebody said, nah, I think Tevin Farmer gonna go in there and get stopped. Kid Austin is gonna beat him. All I kept hearing is about Tevin Farmer's experience. Yo, I like Tev. It's like y'all keep attaching this I like. Y'all don't know this dude personally, first of all, but everything is I like. It's not about our feelings, y'all. It's about the reality. When I look at two fighters, I look at what I think is going to happen based on the fighters. I don't look at what I think is going to happen based on I like him, I don't like him. That's not what it's about. You know, so like I said, Genaro Hernandez was 32 years old. Floyd was 21. Nobody said, yo, Floyd was too young, man. I got to give him credit because he beat and Genaro Hernandez was a well-respected champion. He wasn't no powder puff. That dude was a good champion, man. And he got his ass whooped. Floyd went in there at 21 years old and won his first title. But he was never too young. Yet, 2 years apart at that time, you know, him being 21 and Canelo being 23 when they fought, you know, each other. I mean, come on. Now, if Genaro Hernandez would have been 36, oh, he was too old, he was washed up, he was past his prime. That's what would have been said. He's 32 years old. Once again, all the excuses, listen, as long as I can remember. You know, I can remember, you know, John the Beast Mugabe being 30 years old when he fought Terry Norris and he got knocked out. He was old. He was old at 30? Really? So all of these excuses. Y'all, you know, the funny thing is, y'all will sit here and applaud Jake Paul, who basically is still a novice, but at the same time just made $40 million. Y'all keep talking about the face of boxing. Well, goddamn, the face of boxing is not me. Look, $40 million to fight a 58-year-old man that just had 8 blood transfusions. This is the joke that boxing has become. So y'all should be applauding Curmel Moton versus Lamont Roach. And as far as Lamont Roach goes, it's not his job to sit up and worry about if Carmel is ready or not. Or all that. Nah, I don't want to hear that shit, man. You know, and let me tell you, that's the same shit Tevin Farmer was talking about Kid Austin. The same shit. He ain't ready. He ain't on my level. Yo, I got experience, man. This kid, this. I was doing this and that, man. You weren't even fighting yet. I was this and this and that. Right. Everything he talked about and who he fought. I fought the better competition. Everything. Then you went there and got stopped early. That's my whole thing with all of this. You know, everybody want to become matchmakers. Like, people don't need to learn how to just sit back, enjoy the fight, and chill. Instead, it turns into you know what, man? This motherfucker ain't ready. Nah, this motherfucker ain't ready. He need to sit down. He need to do this and this and that. You know, a year later, and these motherfuckers only fight maybe twice a year the most, but a year later, he ain't fighting nobody. Bro, when he wanted to fight this guy, when he's trying to fight that guy, all they get is criticism. I get turned off by all the childish nonsense, but I'll say the reality of what we're seeing in boxing right now. I told you, this is a whole different demographic of people that's watching fights now as well. So when something is really like not accepted by the masses, it eventually takes over. That's what happens. You know how you say like a racist person, they racist against people, and then their son or daughter go out and marry what they hate, and then they don't want nothing to do with the grandbaby. They get pissed off at the son or daughter. They don't want nothing to do with the bride or the groom or whatever, the husband or the wife, whatever. All this kind of goofy stuff. But that's what happens. The more you speak about something, you listen to music and you say, nah, I don't like what they're doing. This shit is too negative. And guess what happens? Years are going by. The negativity is starting to grow. Before you know it, everybody's talking negative. That negativity becomes normal. Then it's like, it's not negative. Who's telling you it's not negative? The people that's born into that generation. That's what they were. That's what they used to. So to them, it's cool. Which is why you got all these little, teenagers out here cursing out their parents and slamming doors in their face and being disrespectful to the parent, and then trying to buy friendship, trying to be the cool parent. This is what it is. And you guys have adopted that diva mentality. There's no reason. Let's be real. There is no reason that people should be in their feelings negatively because Curmel Moton is being matched up with Lamont Roach. And Lamont Roach, I take the damn fight. It ain't your... see, Lamont Roach, y'all see, when you start to sucking these fighters off, Lamont Roach, after fighting Tank, he feel like he has options, and he does. What if he starts this diva cherry picking shit? You understand? Oh, he ain't in my price range. Because, like I said, what he can't afford to do is start this diva shit and start the pick and choose thing. The whole, man, you know what, man? He ain't ready. Because now, what happens is, it's going to turn to the whole, damn, Lamont, what happened to you, man? You was out here, you got the fight with Tank. You was hungry. I'm telling you, once they get to a certain point, they change. Anyways, talk to me in the comment section, man. What do y'all think about Lamont Roach and Curmel Moton? Because I say, I'm for it. Why not? Let it happen. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.